Old man Woody likes the crooked cock.
That's definitely not my type of game. Anthony, haven't you been playing some VR? What's that VR game that everybody's loving? They're saying it's like
Oh
the
my
best
God,
game
Alyx, the Half-Life
I haven't heard of
VR kind of sequel, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
I loved Half-Life when it first came out. That was in 1998, 99. I got a computer just to play that game, and it was life-changing for me. I named my company Half-Life Incorporated. That's my company's name because I just thought it was one of the most amazing things I'd ever seen. And then it dropped off the face of the earth. They didn't come up with a really good sequel. They had some kind of add-ons and whatnot. I liked some of the other multiplayer games that came out of the Half-Life world, but nothing. And then this Alyx game comes out in VR. Now, I've been playing VR since the original Oculus. Like you were a guinea pig for Oculus. You had to buy it, sign a disclaimer thing that said you wouldn't talk about it. And it was you had to change code in the games in order to even play it on VR. And it was very complicated, but I thought the potential was there. And then when they got a little more consumer friendly, you really saw the potential, but they hadn't gotten there yet. This game really said, oh shit, they figured out VR and how to incorporate games into a virtual reality kind of world. Because a lot of games don't translate well to VR. VR is a lot of experiences. Hey, you want to see what it feels like to be on a mountain or, throw some darts at something, but it's not a real game. This is a game. It's immersive. It feels like you're in it. And the weapons work great. The interface is better than any other VR interface I ever played. I was totally shocked by it. Valve knocked it out of the park.
I was going to ask, which headset do you have? Which
I have all of them.
Yeah, I've got the original Vive.
I do.
I got the original Vive, and I remember having to alter config files and stuff to make everything look right for various games.
Yeah, you'd have to shove a shitload of stuff in Notepad and then find that one little line and then put it back in. It was not an easy thing. It wasn't consumer friendly, that's for sure. Oculus has done well with what's their standalone version where there's no wires? Yeah, Quest. Quest is pretty good, but at this point, you still really need like a monster system.
Yeah. I've got a decent computer. I'm thinking about upgrading just because of that game. It's Felix, right? Half-Life Felix?
Alyx.
Okay.
Alyx.
Yeah, because everybody I know who's played it is just raving about it, just like you just did. They talk about how amazing it is, and they don't want to spoil the story because I guess the story is so fun. And
yeah, the story's great. It's they don't do. Here's what VR was doing for a long time too, just jump scares. And I get it. It's hilariously funny. Like when you're walking through a dark hallway in a creepy game in VR, there's something really visceral about your fear. It's not like when you're looking at a monitor. A monitor, you could go like this and you're not looking at it anymore.
Yeah.
When you know something's behind you in a VR game, you don't want to turn around because it's there and you'll see it and it'll scare the shit out of you. So,
have you ever played the Brookhaven experiment?
No.
It's what you just described. You don't move around a lot. You're kind of just in one area, but there's enemies coming at you. It's super dark. Your flashlight has 20 seconds of battery. So
dude,
you have
the flashlights are the worst.
You've got like a pistol and a flashlight, and the flashlight has 20 seconds of battery, maybe. And there's one level where you're in like a sewer, and so there's like east and west pipe, a north and south pipe, and one that's straight up. And spiders are crawling toward you, the size of Volkswagens. It's legitimately scary.
Kyle, is that the one where you were talking about this a couple years ago, and you're like, I kind of fucked up my hand. I must have walked to the corner of my wall, and I hit it real hard with the wand in it. I got so scared of the spider.
Took most of the skin off my knuckles, fucking punching a fucking wall. Yeah.
The way you get completely turned around in VR too, because I'll be reaching for something and hit something, and I won't even know what it is. I'm like, wait, I'm facing my computer monitor. And then you realize you're halfway across the room, hitting like a vase. You don't know where you are. It really does screw up with your senses.
It's fucking cool. I'm looking forward to where it is in 10 years. Like it's really good now. In 10 years, like maybe we're just fucking plugging a jack into our fucking ear.
We're in like the plasma screen technology of VR. It's going to get so much better so quickly.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about
is Half-Life Alyx exercise? Like, are you sweaty afterwards? Are you like How much work is it?
That's another thing they did really well. You could literally play the game sitting down, or you could be standing. There's different, and I like this. They did different ways of using the interface to move. So you could use the little joystick on the hand controller as a way to move, or you could do the transport where you pick a spot on the floor, hit, and you're instantly there. They have one where you snap. They have one where you gradually go. And it's all to try to contain that motion sickness that a lot of people feel with the VR. I get that with flying games, which I love. I mean, when you're in a battle, in a fighter, and you turn the plane and you're looking at an enemy over your shoulder like this, you start just getting nauseous instantly. It's your body is saying, no, this doesn't jibe. My inner ear and my eyes aren't mixing together, so I'm going to make you vomit.
I wonder if Dramamine would help. Like say if you took something specifically for motion sickness before you played. I only got it a few times, like motion sickness from playing the game. And if I played for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, especially with something where I'm really moving around. I don't know. There was some game where there's just targets flying at you continuously, and you're literally ducking and jiving and juking and shooting and stuff. And that's what another good thing. That's why I'm saying this game put it in a whole nother category, because it's not one of these just run and gun games where, that big heavy thing on your head isn't conducive to a real first person shooter. Like playing Modern Warfare on it would be insane. You'd be sweating. The thing would be falling off your face. It's very story oriented, Alyx, and the scenery is all beautiful. So it's not like in between the action you're bored. It really works well in that respect. The action is great. It's more of a strategic game than you would think, more so than a shooter. And those are really conducive to having that thing on your head the whole time. Yeah. I've been thinking very seriously about upgrading to the latest Vive, whatever it is, the Index or something. I don't even know what it's called anymore.
I'm the only bitch in this call that doesn't have any of them. I need to get on it.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, I don't have it.
Woody, I thought you had one for some reason. Taylor. No? All right. Thank you, Woody. That makes me feel
I ended on that note. I love the wordplay.
That was the best shit I've ever heard.